Minot Area Community Foundation is resuming its relationship as a pass-through for grants for the North Dakota State Fair Association, following the apparent dissolution of the North Dakota State Fair Foundation. In 2003, the MACF entered into an agreement to act as the pass-through for the state fair, as a way for the fair to gather grants from corporations for scholarships. 7 years later, the State Fair Foundation was formed, which meant the fair's agreement with the MACF was no longer needed. Jason Zimmerman, president of the MACF, says they were approached by the State Fair in October to resume their agreement, in light of an impending breakup of the State Fair Foundation. The State Fair Foundation had posted on Facebook it was dissolving. The page is down, but the MACF is now featured on the State Fair website scholarship page. Zimmerman said the most important thing to them is ensuring continuity of existing scholarship programs for area students.
The mission of the North Dakota State Fair Association obviously has been a critical component in the Minot area and throughout the state, and the support and the opportunities that they give to youth through their 4-H and FFA programs, along with the HES scholarship program.
Zimmerman wanted to make it clear they are not taking over operations of the State Fair Foundation, just resuming their original pass-through agreement with the fair. Your News leader has not been able to independently confirm the reason for the State Fair's Foundation's dissolution. We have tried to contact their leadership and will update you as we learn more.